Hi there. Hey, it's good to see you. It's good to be seen. Welcome to Tea with Me. I'm Lisa and I'm out here in the woods. And I'm so grateful that you're joining me. Do you know that viewing nature, even through a screen, is proven to decrease stress, promote relaxation, and even have those physiological responses in your body like lowering your blood pressure, reducing the heart rate. Today my ears they sound full. I feel like they're like muffled, and it's reminding me that sometimes it's more important to listen within than it is to listen without, to all of the environment, to all of the noise, but rather to tune inward. And so I hope I'm talking loud enough for you and that you can hear me clearly as I'm experiencing this interesting muffled ear, like I've gone over a hill, which I suppose I have. I did walk up this hill, but I didn't think it was that steep or that fast that my ears would have this kind of pressure in them. At any rate, the message that I'm extracting from this experience is to listen within. I hope you do the same. We are so mysterious and magical and interesting, and the unknown is all within you. Everything you need is right there. So cheers to that. Cheers to the great mystery and going within to find it. I have this tea today. I have this new cup. It was a gift. Thank you so much. And inside of it, I'll show you what I got. It's swamp tea. No, it does look like swamp tea, but it's a combination green tea, the gunpowder green tea, and dandelion root powder. And also in there is thyme, some dried thyme leaves. Man, I wish I could just have the thyme in my tea. Real thyme, not real thyme. I don't know. They say time is a total illusion, man-made. Time, past, present, future. What is your relationship to time? I did a meditation last night. It was so beautiful. It was a guided journey, and it guided me, and it can guide you too. I can link the meditation in the comments that I found on YouTube. Just it journeyed back from where we are now to yesterday, which I found it curiously complicated, like hard to pull out what I just did yesterday, what I just did an hour before I was here now, and then yesterday, and then last week, and last month, and last year, and 5 years ago. I'm in the womb, and to the time that it was just an intention of our mother and father, and through the portal of infinite of where we came. And then from there we gained guidance and insight from our higher self, our soul self. And from there we came back through the tunnel into the intention of our mother and father, into the safety of the womb, into being a little baby and a toddler and school-aged and teenage-aged, and last year and last month, and back into the now. And it was really beautiful. I really enjoyed it. But it was a little bit trippy. You know, it had me sleeping then, considering time, considering how time goes by, the things that I'd like to do with my time. I'm realizing, and I think we all know this, but we each have an exit point. And I believe that we have several exit points and that we choose which one based on a lot of different things and what's going on in the moment. And recognizing that our time, our life is so precious, it made me feel like really diving deep into myself and coming through with authenticity and a bit of a wildness to just be that which I'm here to be. So cheers to that, to being that which you are here to be. Oh yeah, it tastes just like a swamp. A delicious swamp. It's got that yummy thyme flavor. And I don't really mean thyme like tick, tick, tick on a clock, but I mean thyme like Thyme, like thyme the herb. And why I'm drinking thyme, for one, is that it's an excellent antiviral, and it just is very good at targeting pathogens and helping your body to clear them, kill them, get rid of them, out with those invaders for more space for yourself, for health. The gunpowder green tea is an excellent antioxidant. It's so good for so many things, and I actually love the energy that it gives me. I always say that it's like a sustained 8-hour energy, and with no spike and no crash. It just feels really good. Not everybody's gonna have that experience, but maybe you'd like to see if you're one of the people who enjoy green tea. Beyond that, it's just got so many benefits, and of course you can look all these up in dandelion root. Also just excellent for health purposes. And so cheers to good health. My ears are still doing that thing. So in tea with me fashion, I'll take 5. I'd invite you to do the same. Maybe placing your hand on your heart or your belly or even your head or the sides of your head. Breathing in and out. That's 1. You can keep track on your fingers. Settle into your spine. 2. 3. Easy breathing. Be here now. 4. 1 more. 5. How was it? I noticed the wind picked up right as I began. Reminds me of how our thoughts pick up right when we begin to settle into stillness and to focus on something. It's like a whirl of thoughts, and this can happen to me when I'm doing projects, and soon all the thoughts come in and diversions of this or that or the other thing can take my attention. Maybe that happens to you too. What I noticed is after I got past that initial wind of my thoughts, I settled into my spine and there was peace. I just felt relief, a deep sense of peace. And on the last exhale, I just wanted to linger there longer. I could do even more breaths. And perhaps when you grab yourself a cup of tea and sit yourself on a cushion or a chair or somewhere out in nature. And you begin that process of breathing with the intention to just do 5 breaths, but then let yourself do 5 more. The malas that certain traditions wear, like Hinduism, like Indians, like where to count their mantras or to count their breaths. The mantras are something that help to, they're like, Sanskrit is the language that most mantras are recited in. You could speak them in English as well. They do it 108 times, and while they're doing it, it's programming and coding their brain and their body to, it can do this for you too. It programs and codes your brain and your body to be more wired for that particular energy that you're affirming, that you're reciting. When we pause to breathe, oftentimes we hear our inner thoughts, and it is so good to be just in awareness. Naturally, if I can identify that when I get quiet or when I get focused, diversions happen, then I'm more apt to anticipate that and move through it with grace and ease. Cheers to that, grace and ease. So, how are you? And I have a question for you. Where do you feel the most peace? Allowing your first instinct, your first response to show up. Where do you feel the most peace? Just let it be a simple, obvious answer. No need to complicate or make it more than it needs to be. But maybe you get more details as you ponder. Where do you feel the most peace? I was fortunate enough a couple days ago to have this question asked to me, and and I'm so grateful for it, because that day was a weird day where I felt pulled by the outside world. I felt moved to go here or there or to do things that I was thinking, oh, this makes sense. And at the end of the day, I was so stressed. I was so out of alignment with my truth, with who I was, with everything. I was overstimulated. I was in environments that didn't support my authenticity, my, it just didn't, it wasn't, it was a wake-up call, and I don't know how many wake-up calls we need, but I'm sure it's a number of them. And I was just so grateful, for one, to have that wake-up call, but for two, for a dear friend to ask me, are you okay? And also to ask, where do you find the most peace? My response was nature, just nature. It wasn't in the woods up on the hill surrounded by the trees or down by the water. It was just nature. And so here I am in nature, thank goodness, to get more aligned with what is healthy and right for me. So where do you feel the most peace? It can be different for everyone. Whatever answer that may be for you. For me, nature. And then of course I started elaborating on it and just thinking how fun it is for me to be in nature and meet wild animals. And I don't know if I'm really going to call it a meeting, but I just love to view them. So Thank you. I feel better already just coming out here. And I know it's so important to remind us all to seek out that space of peace. What we think about, what we surround ourselves with, is what we become. It's what then we energetically emit. And so if we're going to be participating in the co-creation, that we don't really have a choice otherwise. You are here participating in the co-creation. Then do your part. And I know for me, when I'm feeling stressed or wonky or weird or pulled in different directions, it's a call for me to go outside and without direction, just wander, explore, be curious, flow and go with the universe as ever I need to. And that's just me, and I hope this helps you to tune into what's right for you and also encourages you, if yours is also nature, to go out there and get it. And lastly, I'll just also recognize I've got this new necklace on, and it's so cool. I've just been really loving it. It's made of shungite. It's odd because I thought it was just going to be a piece of shungite with the sacred geometry symbol on top of it. But it's actually like bits of shungite that are like housed in like some epoxy, like resin. And I love it. The symbol, the Sri Yantra symbol, which is a sacred geometry symbol, and I've just been really drawn to that. I took this beautiful class with Todd and Angela Atkins. They are body talk practitioners and MRES teachers. They have so many wonderful courses, and we did this course about the spine, and oh, it was awesome. And during that course, for some reason, the Sri Yantra just kept pulling for my attention. And so this was one of my gifts to myself. Shungite, the black stone that's in there, is great for EMF protection. It also helps to soothe and balance your mental and emotional fields, and it has a number of benefits. You can look it up, shungite, and I've gifted it to friends who have done me favors to place by their computer. You can filter your water with it, which, you know, that might be something that we end up needing to have handy, a handful of shungite to help filter water if ever needed. Recently, it's the snow has melted where I am, and it came down with a lot of rain, and the rivers are very high, and the muddiness of the wells kind of changed the quality of the water coming out of the faucet. And it seems very important to have some backups for filtering and cleansing and purifying water. Remembering too that we are more than 70% water. So it's so important that we hydrate, but also that we recognize that we have to purify and cleanse ourselves. And I have been so allured to swim or to sit in one of the streams that is cutting through the earth in the valley. And so I'll let you know if I get into that. Thank you for being here with me and for having some tea. Take care of you, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Bye for now.